Hey, Dr. Chris Mohr here, and today I want to walk you through a nice, simple, easy recipe that my family loves for lunch, even sometimes for dinner, and that is a basic cheese quesadilla. But I'm going to add a little twist to it, a few different ingredients in there. I'm going to add some veggies in there, some sauteed onions, some tomato, and then also I'm going to have some guacamole on the side. And there's going to be a secret ingredient that you wouldn't expect in traditional guacamole. So let me get started. First of all, I'm going to start making the guacamole. I have an avocado here. And basically, you could buy a nice whole avocado. When you're trying to figure out if this is the ripe or not, it's a nice, almost a black, light black color. And it has a little give to it when you press it. Okay? So I have my cutting board here. I'm just going to run the knife long ways right around the avocado. Of course, being very careful not to cut yourself. Twist the two halves to take them apart. And now, here's the trick to get the seed out. Carefully chop the knife right into the seed, twist, and pull it right out. Now, to make it easy to chop in the bowl to mash, I'm just going to make some slits within the avocado. Again, very, very carefully so I don't cut through the other side and hurt my hand. And then, just going to spoon this out into a bowl. Now, of course, you can make pre-made guacamole, but to be honest, this is so easy and tastes so much better. I love doing my own. Just going to mash that up a little bit. Now, one interesting fact about guacamole, avocados themselves, really great source of fat, healthy fat called monounsaturated fat. Lots of other nutrients as well, fiber, some B vitamins, and folate, and so on. And then also, an interesting fact that a lot of people don't know is avocado is actually a fruit. So just a kind of little interesting cocktail party information for you. So I'm just going to mash this up. I like nice chunky guacamole. Now, have a lime here that I've already cut in half, and I'm just going to take the juice of this lime. I have a handy little juicer. You could, of course, just squeeze it yourself, but I like this because it catches any of the seeds. So I have the lime in there. I'm going to add a couple pinches of salt. Again, I don't love to measure, but probably maybe a teaspoon or two I added in. You could do that to taste. Sometimes I'll add some cayenne pepper for a little extra kick, or some garlic powder, depending on what kind of flavor I'm going for. And then the last little piece, traditional piece, is some cilantro. I love the flavor of cilantro. I washed these already. You could, of course, grow your own, but give a nice flavor to a lot of Mexican dishes. Oh, it smells amazing. I love the smell of cilantro, and adds such a nice flavor, nice touch to the guacamole. To also salsa as well. I'm not going to be making salsa today, but it's a nice, one of the primary ingredients that gives a nice flavor to salsa. Okay, and now the other little piece to this I'm going to add is some protein powder. Now, you may think that sounds a little strange, but this is unflavored protein powder, and it's whey protein in particular that's going to disperse very, very nicely. Now, I only have one avocado, so I'm going to start with a half a scoop. Should mix very, very nicely in there, and may seem a little strange. You can see it right in the camera. But once I start mixing that in, you're not even going to detect it by sight or by smell. It has no flavor, like I said. It's basic whey protein isolate. Now, you may wonder why I'm doing this. Well, whey protein adds a nice bit of, not consistency to some products, but it also helps fill you up, helps satiate you a little bit. I'm just going to be making a cheese quesadilla today, so it doesn't otherwise have a ton of protein, of course a little bit from the cheese. If you're going to add chicken or fish or steak, you may not need the whey protein, but one thing that we found through a lot of the research that's been done is that people don't need enough protein spread throughout the day. There's 10 grams in that scoop. To be honest, that mixed so nicely, I'm going to add another scoop. So get 20 grams of protein in that serving of guacamole. And this will serve more than one, probably 2 servings or so, depending how much you like. I love guacamole, so I may dig through this in one sitting. But again, you can see now, I started off the white powder. Because it's a whey protein isolate, it disperses very, very well throughout the product. Adds a nice level of branched chain amino acids and other great nutrients. But again, can't even detect it. And I promise you, because it's unflavored, there's no ingredients here except whey protein isolate. There's no added flavors or sweeteners or vanilla or chocolate or anything like that. So great little addition, a little secret ingredient to boost the nutrient profile of your guacamole. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to turn on the pan, get this heated up here. I have a sprouted grain tortilla. Little more fiber than traditional whole wheat tortillas, or definitely more than white flour. About 5 or 6 grams per serving, which is fantastic. And before I put that in there, I almost forgot here, let me just spray this with some nonstick spray. Again, you could use a canola oil spray or a coconut oil spray here, completely up to you. Now, I'm going to just let that heat up a little bit, and I'm going to add this tortilla, and then I'm going to open up some cheese, put that in there, and let that melt a little bit. Again, if you want to add chicken or some other protein in there, some beans, that can work great, hummus sometimes. But I decided just to do cheese. I'll do some veggies in there and get that cooking, have a nice, easy lunch. Now, while that's sauteing a little bit, I actually just want to grab some of the cheese. And I like cheddar cheese. I have these perfect little snack bite size that are great. I have 2 little daughters, so they like these for themselves, for snacks and for school. They work really well inside the quesadilla as well. This is a reduced fat cheddar, great flavor in this product, 50 calories, 6 grams of protein, so more added protein, which is great. I'm going to use 3 slices, and again, because it melts so well, I'm not even really breaking it up much or shredding it. You could, of course, but this will melt really well and disperse throughout the whole tortilla, get it nice and cheesy and fantastic. Again, great easy meal for breakfast, even if you wanted to add some eggs in there, or for lunch, or for dinner. So, quick and easy and convenient is the way to go. It's got a lot of nutrients. So I have the cheese in there. This is starting to heat through. I could smell it a little bit. I sauteed some onions last evening. This is something quick and easy you could do ahead of time, so you don't have to take the time to do it. I have some red onions. I have some white onions. Red are a little bit sweeter. I like to just spread them out throughout. If you don't like onions, no worries. You could add any grilled vegetable you like. Mushrooms, zucchini I've done. Tastes really great. Okay. I'll do one more slice. I like to stuff my quesadillas very, very full. Okay. Then I also have tomato. It's getting to be the season where tomatoes are fresh. Love these right off the vine. I washed these earlier. So I'm just going to slice some nice thin slices of tomato here. Carefully, of course, as always. Do one more. And oh, it's amazing. I can smell the flavor of that tomato is coming through. I'm just going to layer that right on top of the onions and the cheese. And then I'm going to carefully just fold this over. Let that cook a little bit more. I'm going to put a lid on it. Try not to drop the spatula in the pan. I'm going to put a lid on that, let that cheese melt a little bit. I'm going to flip it over, let it cook on both sides. I'm going to have a little guacamole on the side. Again, this is such a quick, easy meal. It's why I love these so much, especially if you have kids. They're great for kids. You could put all different toppings in there, or just plain cheese. So it really depends what you like. But I have the fiber from the tortilla and from the guacamole. I have the cheese, so it gives a little nice protein, and I got the reduced fat, so not real high in calories by any means. Some veggies in there. Remember, the guacamole or the avocado is a fruit itself. And I added that whey protein in there for a little extra kick. Cilantro, sometimes I add some cayenne pepper, some garlic powder, depending on the flavor you're looking for. You can even add chopped tomato or bell pepper, some jalapeno. Really depends what you're looking for. I went pretty basic today, and to be honest, I haven't tasted it yet. I like to taste as I go. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I gotta say I did pretty well there. This is probably ready to flip. I certainly don't want to burn it. Got a nice little steam going. Of course, carefully flip it over. You can see a nice little browning in the tortilla. I'm going to turn it down just a tiny bit. Get that lid on again. Let the cheese finish melting. You can see how long this took. Not much time at all. A few minutes. The other nice thing is you could even do this ahead of time. Do this the night before. Take it into work with you. You could throw it in the microwave, reheat it for a minute or so, get that heated through. Nice, easy meal on the go. The nice thing about that is, again, you're planning ahead. So you have that prep time, you decrease that prep time during the day, so you don't have to go to fast food or vending machines or whatever other options might be there. This, quick, easy, on the go, great option, loads of nutrients, it will help fill you up. You could have it with a side of berries, a side of fruit, again, for some added nutrients there as well. That should be done. I'm just going to grab a plate out of the cabinet. Starting, I can see that cheese melting, which looks fantastic. And I'm going to get a little spoon here since I already tasted the other one. Nice little side of guacamole. Again, I love guacamole. And here you go. The guacamole, the wrap, you can see that cheese nice and melted throughout, the veggies, fantastic. Can't wait to give it a try. Again, give this a try yourself. Let me know what you think. Dr. Chris Mohr here. Thanks for watching today.